But now then, it might seem like a strange question, but have you thought about what you would like to happen to your body after you die?
With the average cost of funerals rising to over £4,000, our next guests have decided to save themselves the expense by donating their bodies to science.
Yep, and they're not alone, with an increasing number of families choosing to do the same. Peter and Jane Dick join us now, alongside Claire Smith, who is a Professor of Anatomy at Brighton and Sussex Medical School. Good morning to all of you. Lovely to see you.
Good morning.
Peter, it feels like, I mean, for lots of people, it's a difficult subject, talking about funerals. In my family, we're always very open about it. We've talked about it for years. My mum and dad argue about my dad's funeral weekly, it seems, because my mum says, I'm going to have to put up with the music because you're not going to be there. She doesn't want certain things. So we're very open about it. Is it something that the two of you have always been open about?
Yes, I'd say that we've always managed to realise that you get born, you live, you die, and you might as well think about it.
You're not particularly religious?
Not at all.
No? And how about your family and friends? How do they feel about the fact that you've always been quite open about talking about what happens next?
Sadly, some of my friends think that I'm a lunatic, but the reality is that my age group are starting to think about it.
And was there another motive for maybe taking this avenue?
Yes. I've had the benefit of the medical world solving both bowel cancer and prostate cancer.
Yeah.
So, having realised what an amazing world doctors are, I wanted to do something to train the next lot.
Which is an amazing thought. Jane, what was the first thing that went through your head when Peter told you about
I
this?
was slightly surprised at first, but then when I thought about it, I thought this was a completely rational decision. We are all going to die at some point, and my feeling is that if your body can be of use for training the next generation of doctors, then that's a positive outcome you can take from somebody sadly passing away.
The motivation for this, of course, the costs of funerals have escalated and they're significant, but also wasn't there another reason why you thought, I've got to try and find a way of saving some money?
Well, saving money is always a good idea. But the reality is, in my case, I actually wanted to complete the circle, having been the beneficiary of the medical world.
OK. I thought it was about a flat-screen TV,
Well,
Peter.
I'm not allowed to say that out loud, am I?
Well, of course you are.
Of course you can.
Absolutely.
Yes, I did want a big television.
You wanted to buy
It's only a 60-inch.
a 60-inch?
Yeah.
Oh, but it would have been great to watch some great sport on, of course, or whatever it might
is
be.
wonderful, yeah.
But Jane said no.
Initially, she said no, and then very kindly, she said, oh, well, OK.
And because you worked out that actually if you donate your body to science, which of course had other motivations as well, you would save the costs that you wouldn't need on a funeral, so now you could buy the TV that you wanted as well.
That was my story, correct.
I love that.
Five grand's worth of saving.
Five grand's
Excellent.
worth of savings.
So, Professor Claire, how does it work? When someone donates their body, how does it work?
Well, we're really fortunate in the UK that we have some of the highest ethical standards in the world. So the most important thing is that it's the individual themselves. So Peter has decided to donate his body. He's contacted his nearest medical school and completed all the paperwork. And then it's just a matter of time, hopefully many, many years. And then when the time comes, it will be over to Jane to notify the medical school. And then based on various things at the time, such as medical conditions, we may be able to accept Peter into our facilities to undertake all of that training and research we do.
And just how important are these donations? Because obviously people really have to think about this and they have to consult with their friends and family too. How important is it to medical science?
It is so important. We're working at the forefront of training and science, but behind closed doors. Any time you see a medical healthcare professional, you don't want to be the first patient that they've learnt on. And we do everything. We train professionals, we develop further surgical techniques, and we train the robots that operated on Peter. We can't do that. And technology we teach with and is amazing, but we still need real humans. And we're not textbooks ourselves, so we vary. Our muscles, our veins, our arteries and nerves vary, and we need to teach people about
How many
that.
bodies does the medical school fraternity need a year?
In 2019, I calculated it was around about 1,300. And since then, it probably has gone up because we've got more healthcare needs.
Yeah.
But I also know that at times we don't have enough and we have to import from other countries. So there is a constant need.
My brother is a doctor, and I remember one of the first things that he was talking about when he was sort of medical school in the 90s was getting their cadaver, getting their bodies and working on their bodies. And it was a really exciting moment for all of those medical students. And none of it was lost on them, just how important that donation had been from the people that were willing to do it. I wonder, though, Peter, what filling out those forms was like for your medical school when they were asking about, because I assume they ask about your current health and all that?
No, the first question is, what's your postcode? And the reason for that is that they don't want to travel too far. This was Oxford University in my case, that's my nearest.
Yeah.
And the form was a single sheet of A4. Just, I hereby agree, sign it, date it.
Away you go.
And that's it. They weren't that fussed about missing parts or anything.
And Jane, talking of missing parts, were you an organ donation first of all? Did you sign forms to donate?
No, I have. I've been a blood donor in the past.
Okay.
I've carried an organ donor card for years and years and years.
Yeah.
So to me, this is just an extension. Donating your body to medical research or medical training seems to me to be just a logical extension to something that I've really been doing all my life anyway.
Yeah. And Professor Clare, what happens after, is it over a year? Did you say your brother did a year?
Oh, no, for the whole of his medical school.
What happens afterwards?
Yeah. So depending on what we're using the donor for, we might preserve them with chemicals or we might freeze them. So we might use a donor within a couple of months of the time that they've died, or we might keep them for up to 3 years. And the donor, Peter, has the option to say if you want to keep any parts, if we can keep parts for longer beyond then. So everything is all kept together. Everything's always put back together. And then when we're finished with a donor, they're put into a coffin and are returned to the family for whatever their wishes are.
Wow.
It's fascinating to hear. It's such a practical thing, of course. Lots of people will be sitting at home saying this feels very uncomfortable, but it's just not like that for you, Peter, is it?
Not at all. I think that most people choose a funeral in the ground or cremation. To me, giving my body back to the world of medicine to let them have a look around seems a good idea.
Yeah.
And I wish everybody would.
I think you say you're in your final chapter, not in your final page, and you've had a very lucky life.
I have. I've been lucky, and I like to look back on all the good news, and right, so not yet on the last page.
No.
Yeah.
Quite right too.
Absolutely.
Well, look, it's been lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
And
the
I
show.
don't doubt the university will be very lucky. Whoever it is that gets to make the most of you. I mean, it's fantastic to think that they will be, and all the things that those students are going to get to learn and try and experience, and the difference that makes because you've been there firsthand with the treatment you've had. We've got these 3 wonderful women on the show today that are all going through cancer diagnosis and cancer treatment as well. All of that is made possible because, we have people that are selfless enough to donate their bodies to medical science. So thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Did you get the TV in the end, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.